at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Good morning and welcome to Mountain View High School's virtual graduation ceremony. I'm Cliff Rice, principal of Mountain View High School, and I will be leading the ceremony today. I would like to extend a warm welcome and thank you to our graduating seniors, our board members, our district administration, Mountain View staff, parents, guardians, family, and friends. Thank you for joining us and celebrating our seniors today. Though it's not how we envisioned it, we promise to make it a day to remember. I want to thank everyone who contributed to this wonderful morning. My thanks to Tara Fry, Jared Lewis, Mike Gartner for all their work putting together this virtual graduation video. Thanks also to Ms. Fry and Alexis Miles for putting together the graduation programs that each graduate will receive at the live ceremony this afternoon. There are many viewing our ceremony who have greatly contributed to the success of our graduates. I'd like to take a minute and give special recognition to the following who have dedicated many hours to the success of our students. First off, parents and guardians. Thank you for always being an advocate for your child. I know there were many sleepless nights as you took on the stress of your child, not to mention your patience and understanding as you became part of our teaching staff this last quarter of your student's senior year. Thank you. Grandparents, both near and far, thank you for your constant words of support and motivation you gave your grandchild who is graduating today. Mountain View faculty, thank you for every second of energy and attention you gave our graduates. Your compassion and understanding helped ease us all during a time of uncertainty, especially among our graduates. Special recognition to Mr. John Rollins, who was voted by our senior students as Mountain View's most influential teacher. What a way to end an amazing career as an educator. Again, congratulations, John Rollins. Thanks to everyone, our seniors, our administrative team, our wonderful counselors who have been working to the last moment to prepare our seniors. My thanks to all of you. Your commitment to our graduates is evident. I'd like to acknowledge our seniors who have already enlisted in the military. We thank you in advance for the service you will render for our country. Students, thank you for that enlistment. I commend all of our seniors for a job well done. You have led us through our 17th year as a high school and set the example in so many ways. This senior class amassed over $4.5 million in scholarships, and over 150 students were on the GPA of 3.5 and above. 26 seniors have received athletic scholarships to colleges and universities. Our Maverick seniors have excelled academically in maintaining excellent grade point averages and scoring well above the state and national averages with our standardized testing. Our seniors also played a critical role in achieving a state championship this year in girls basketball. Congratulations, ladies. I want to offer my personal congratulations for making this year a year to remember for others and myself. Well, to begin today's virtual ceremony, we will hear from our student speakers representing the senior class, Madeline Taylor and Dallas Davison. At the conclusion of Dallas's speech, she will introduce West Ada Superintendent Dr. Marianne Rannells, who will certify our seniors and take us to the presentation of our graduates. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage senior speaker, Madeline Taylor.
Good morning. It is such an honor to speak on behalf of the 2020 class of Mountain View. My name is Madeline Taylor, and I had the privilege of being the varsity football team's manager. So if you've ever seen me before, it's probably on the sidelines. Although this year's graduation isn't what anybody really planned on, I want to thank especially Mountain View High School and West Ada for doing everything they can to make it as memorable as they possibly could be. First off, I want to speak directly to those in the graduates' lives that were always there to drive us around, from practices to school events to lunches and dinners and different things. Your sacrifices that you have made to be making us the adults that we are supposed to be, those sacrifices do not go unnoticed. So thank you very much for that. Next, I want to speak to the administration and staff of Mountain View High School. Your sacrifices and your dedication to being who you are has not gone unnoticed. Dealing with all kinds of things as a teacher is unimaginable, and I can only express my gratitude through simple words of saying thank you and I appreciate you. The daily concerns and the challenges that you have faced for us and with us has not gone unnoticed. And I just want to say that the love and care that is in the four walls of Mountain View are felt by every single student that goes here. It's something I can't even put words to describe. It's magical. You know, as a Mav, it's something to say that you have more than one person on your back to have for a lifetime of friendship and fellowship with a teacher and a student. And finally, to the seniors of 2020, wow. You know, we've done some stuff in our lives that a lot of people haven't. We were born during the crazy times of 9/11 when the country was at a standstill and was in a time of uncertainty. And then starting school during the time of a great recession where everyone, or close to everyone, was impacted. And then the adoption of Common Core and technology and the barriers that came with all of that, we've done nothing but overcome and excel in that and accepted those challenges. And now during a pandemic, we get to do it. We get to graduate, start our lives in a time where a lot of people wouldn't get to experience that. We've been through the trenches, you know, the rough and the scary and the unknown, and yet we are still here. We rise above all of the challenges and everything that life has thrown our way, just as children. And going into adulthood, I'm sure there's going to be many more, but I think we're ready for it. I dare to state that no adult would ever have guessed that our time of ending high school and starting our lives as adults would be the way it is. But it's what it's going to be. It's unfortunate, but let me remind everyone that this is what the class of 2020 has already been prepared for and it has been preparing for. And the future is ours. You know, it's cliche to say that, but really no other class can say what that really means except for us, because we have done it. This is our time to rise and shine and be the new wave of society that we have been preparing for our entire lives. Despite all that we have gone through in our lives, we are the only ones that can say we were prepared for close to anything. We have gone through countless of unpredictable times, and whatever life may have brought onto us, we are still here. and still doing what everyone else has gotten to do, graduate, go off to school, military, start our own lives, and yet we get to do it in a world crisis. And we have overcome unthinkable times and yet we get to rise above. And I dare the future to bring on whatever it comes, because good, bad, or indifferent, we are ready for it. The future is unpredictable, but my dad has given me lots of good advice over the rough times of the last 18 years. So here are a few bits and pieces that hopefully you can take. You and only you are in control of how you feel. Limitations only lie in one's doubt. Weak minds confuse confidence with arrogance. Do as I say and not as I do, as most parents say. And lastly, buffaloes only run as fast as the slowest member in the herd. Yeah, that's a scientific fact, and if you don't believe my dad, you can look it up. The point of the fact was, it's applicable to every situation in life, and there's a couple meanings for it. The slowest buffalo is the most vulnerable, it's the weakest, and usually is the one that's taken out by predators. They're the ones that slow the herd down in general, and they create weaknesses throughout the entire group. And the class of 2020 is not a slow buffalo. Then you get to the average speed buffalo. They're comfortable, they don't try to overdo it. They are mediocre and basic and never really exceed expectations of them. This is also not the class of 2020. We do way more than that. And finally, the fastest buffalo of the herd. They're the leaders, the decision makers, the strongest. They're ready for everything. They're the most prepared, and ultimately they make the furthest in life by succeeding. And that is what I think the class of 2020 kind of stands for. We are that strongest buffalo, and we always have been and always will be. We will be the class that gets the sympathy for what we've been going through and having just something that seems totally unfair, which I would say it totally is. But let that not be our downfall. If anything, that should be the motivation to get through what we're going to be going through. And the future is unpredictable, but I say bring it on. Like, we're ready. Out of anybody, we are ready for it. To the class of 2020, here's to us for doing the unthinkable and taking on the future with no fear, but instead tenacious mindsets. And ultimately, that will make us better. Thank you.
Good morning, Mavs. Everyone looks so nice this morning. Thank you for dressing up for this occasion. It really is an honor to be able to speak to you all today. I'm so grateful that I have the opportunity to be chosen to tie up the last words for these incredible past 4 years of high school. I absolutely loved high school. I loved all the football games that brought students together to cheer on our team under the lights on Friday nights. I loved our assemblies and our chanting wars between classes. I loved all the clubs and sports that were offered to us, giving us each a sense of school spirit. I know for me personally, this was a major contributing factor to my high school experience. I loved Stinky Sneaker and watching our girls team go to state. I loved the moments that happened in class, even if some days felt hard to attend. I loved the unexpected friendships I made and getting to say hi to people as I walked down the hallways. These are just a handful of things I can name off the top of my head, but there was much more I loved. Many more memories that made my high school experience unforgettable. So instead of listing everything, today all I can say is thank you. Thank you for the time we had together and the memories I believe each of us will hold forever. I want to thank all the staff at Mountain View, whether that be my teachers, the admin, coaches, or even the janitorial staff. Thank you for all your efforts to help each of us have a welcoming environment and pushing us to do our best. I also want to thank my friends for the love, support, and fun we've had over the past 4 years. I have countless memories of laughter that I will remember forever, and if you know me, you definitely know my laugh. And lastly, my family for always being there for me and encouraging me to do my best and reach for the stars. I love you guys so much, and I couldn't have asked for a better family to be a part of. People say college years are the best years of our lives, but I hope each of us remembers the importance of our high school years, a time for growth and change since we began high school at 14 years old and are leaving at 18 as adults. When I think about the fact that we are graduating, I don't feel like we're just moving on from high school, but our childhood. We're moving on from 12 years of education to embark on the next chapter of our lives that holds more responsibility and expectations. But we have the chance to start over and be whoever we want to be. I hope each of us takes this opportunity to achieve any and all of our dreams with hard work and dedication to achieve greatness, because each and every one of you is capable. You've proved yourself by completing a milestone in your life, and now is the time to never sell yourself short. The future is in your own hands. So believe in yourself, even when you feel like no one is there to cheer you on. Don't look back and go be something big. One of the most important lessons I hope each of us take away from our high school career is to have courage and always show our strength of character with passion and perseverance. Where did I come up with that? By looking up the definition of MAV grit. I know. This may seem like an exhausted point to some, as we were constantly reminded of this in high school, but I hope you hold on to the meaning and importance of this simple word. Right now, I'm speaking to you over a camera because we can't have our graduation in a traditional way. Many of us lost our senior sports seasons and did not get to perform one last time. We never had a last day to say goodbye to our teachers and walk the halls, and we will not get the senior party that the classes before and after will continue to have. We are living through a pandemic, and to many of us that may seem very unfair. But right now, we are being tested to show our MAV grit. Some of us are unsure if we'll even be able to attend school in the fall or continue with the paths we are picking. But we have to push forward with perseverance, rolling with the punches. In life, MAV grit will save us through our hardships. It will guide us to push forward when things feel immovable. I hope we can all remember this time in our emotions and then how we got through it, and realize if you carry this grit, everything will work out in the long run, even if it is not the way you expected it to be. Thank you all again for this opportunity. I will forever hold this time, this school, and these people in my heart. Go Mavs, and horns up forever.
Chairman Klopfenstein and members of the Board of Trustees, in accordance with the laws of the state of Idaho, on behalf of the principal, our teaching professionals, and the support staff of the West Ada School District, it is my honor as superintendent of schools to certify that on this 6th day of June 2020, the graduates have met all state and local requirements for graduation and hereby are presented to you for the awarding of their high school diplomas. It is my personal and professional pleasure that I present this year's graduating class of 2020. Congratulations.
Seniors, please rise. Graduates, please move your tassel from the right of your cap to the left. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you on this 6th day of June, the Mountain View High School very memorable graduating class of 2020. Graduates and immediate families, we look forward to seeing you at MVHS this afternoon for the physical graduation and acceptance of your diploma.